We followed Dr. Tanner earlier as he made his rounds. Now let's pay a visit to the Rood and Riddle Hospital and take a tour of its facilities. Now we'll be visiting some surgeries in progress, so if you're easily upset watching that sort of thing, just know that the care of these horses is the most important issue for these doctors.
Well, I went to veterinary school at University of California because I grew up, worked for a small veterinarian when I was in high school. I knew then I wanted to be a veterinarian, so I went off to school, University of California at Davis. And while I was in school, I realized at that time I didn't really want to practice on dogs and cats. I had no background in horses and thought, well, if I was going to be a veterinarian, I would practice on horses. That would be my goal. But I wasn't confident enough to do that, so I moved to Lexington, Kentucky to go to University of Kentucky Law School. Went to law school for 3 years, graduated, took the bar, and said, I really don't want to be an attorney. I was a clerk for a great practice downtown, great firm, and didn't enjoy that. So I started working on horses. So this is a surgery prep area. This horse will have screw and wire on it. Removal of screw and wire. Okay, so it's an angular limb deformity, and this area in the hospital, we have 5 surgery rooms in the hospital. This is one of the prep areas. The horse gets anesthetized, placed on a table. The leg is shaved, clipped, shaved, scrubbed, and we put horses on stethoscopes and whatnot, anesthesia. It's gas anesthesia. Prep them, and then we wheel them into the surgery room, just like you would in a human hospital. So this is the typical surgery room. This Dr. Rolf Emerson. So it's a transfascial screw, so it's an angular limb deformity, and the screw was placed to allow you can see the screw that was placed on the monitor here. This is digital radiography, and he's in the fetlock, which is your first knuckle. Again, this is the prep area. Our practice has grown to, we have, I think, 51 equine veterinarians. We're strictly equine, strictly horses. 51 equine veterinarians. Our practice consists of field service practice. You saw with Dr. Tanner, we go farm to farm, and there's 26 or 27 veterinarians that do that, travel about in the local Lexington area. And then the other veterinarians work in the hospital. We provide surgery services, medicine, podiatry. And our vision was to become the Mayo Clinic for horses. That's what we wanted to aspire to. And I think we've achieved that goal. All right, we do a lot of lameness exams. This would be, I believe, a 2 or 3-year-old thoroughbred horse, lame on the right fore. So we determine where it's lame, and then we try and see what we can to help him. We do roughly 1,700 lameness exams a year on a referral basis. They come to us from other veterinarians, other hospitals, for our imaging, diagnostic imaging, digital radiography, nuclear scintigraphy, or our MRI machine. This is our MRI. It's a Siemens, it's a 1.5 Tesla MRI. In the veterinary world, where diagnostics have changed so much, evolved so much, from film to nuclear scintigraphy, where we inject radioactive isotope in the gamma camera room, to MRI, where we look at specific areas, ankles, knees, hocks. Okay, we're in our treadmill exam room. Here, what we do in this room is we do upper airway exams. We get the thoroughbred horses running 32, 33, 34 miles an hour, and pass an endoscope up their nose and examine the back of their throat. Our staff is really second to none. I would say there's not a university in the country that compares with our staff in the surgery department. We have 6 boarded surgeons, so we have the top surgeons in the world. Our medicine folks, neurologists, internal medicine, podiatry. It's the staff that we have that allows us to practice at the level that we practice at. And then that professional staff that we have, it draws lay staff that want to work with the very best. This is podiatry. And this is podiatry, and these veterinarians are the ones that travel so much. There was a client that came here that bought a horse from North Carolina, and the client was called Gentle Farm. And Gentle Farm is an organization, it's a nonprofit organization out of Southern California. They work with handicapped children and handicapped adults, and they relate with animals. So they found this Appaloosa foal. It was a year old, still with its mother, that severely deformed front leg. And they brought it here, and they wanted us to fracture the leg and reset it to make it straight. And they got all these images and videos. So we did the surgery. The foal did absolutely fabulous. It's now a perfectly straight leg. And what they'll do then is they take this foal to Southern California, and then they work with children that are disabled. You know, and to provide that sort of thing, we can touch people's lives. Those are the stories I like.